My name is Karolina Schvartz, and I would like to present you one of my projects that will be fully accomplished in March 2018, the dormitory. The history of the house is very important to the owner. The grandfather bought the house in 1954, and the whole family, 8 children and afterwards grandchildren, were spending all summers here. It has a very strong emotional connotation, and many children started to walk there. Some of them were baptized, and this house also witnessed many marriage proposals. Those almost 300 square meters were renovated in 1977, so a long time ago, and basically everything must be redone, starting with electricity, that of course does not meet local standards. Plumbing, new bathroom and toilets creation is required. Isolation of the roof, windows and shutters exchange are planned first. I worked on the whole project, but I would like to concentrate on one part, the specific room that is called dormitory, and it's designated to children. Geographical situation of the house. The house is located in France. Between La Rochelle and Bordeaux, on the west coast of France, there are two islands. Ile de Ré, that it's fancy and expensive, and the other one it's more popular, less expensive, but bigger and more authentic, that is called l'Île de Léron. The access to the both islands is only by the bridge, or eventually by the boat. The population of the island is 40,000 people during the winter and almost 180,000 people during the summer. The climate here, the climate is very specific. It's oceanic one and generally features cool summers and cool but not really cold winters with a narrow annual temperature. The biggest problem is corrosion that damages metal, stone and any other material. Salt and water-resistant materials are the absolute necessity here. What is not easy to apply, as the strict regulation of preserved area forced us to use the same materials as they were used initially. For example, the wooden windows must be replaced by wooden windows, and the plastic and other more resistant are not allowed. Those are three examples of beautifully renovated houses on the same island. This is the actual plan of the house. We're going to concentrate here in this presentation on one particular room that is dormitory, a dedicated area for children where they are going to sleep. As there is many children in the family, as well as cousins, friends, children, the owner wished to dedicate one room where at least 8 children can sleep. This is the actual plan of the house. It means before renovation. Almost all window door lead directly to the garden, as you can see on the plan, and there is no connection between rooms. After a long reflection and discussion with the owner, he decided he does not wish to create a corridor that would connect those rooms and allow fluid circulation through the house. Instead, he would like to divide the house in winter and summer parts. The goal to achieve is to create an agreeable and practical dormitory for as many children as the room can contain bunk beds. According to my estimation measurements, we can make 8 sleeping places, what means 4 bunk beds. We need to create an appropriate intimacy and separations. The problem is that the children will go to sleep at different times, and we need to deal with different time schedules. Children who are going to sleep there will be aged from 5 to 16. Once they are smaller, they are going to sleep with parents in their room. So the acoustical isolation with non-slippery and easy to maintain floor is a priority. The design should provide enough aesthetical impression but remain practical and really cozy. The dormitory proposed is to provide a calm place for sleep, rest, naps, and reading time, so it must be the children universe. Used palette of colors and materials would be natural wood, white or light blue linen, bed linen, simple individual lights for reading, some touches of navy blue stripes and yellow color to brighten this children universe. The actual room, as we can see in the pictures, is low with dark structural beams. Stairs are not safe, and the floor is really old. But the strong point of this room is the window door that provides enough light. Challenges here. First is the low and dark ceiling. What can we do to brighten it up? And because it's really low, how many bunk beds we can contain? It's a pretty small space for this kind of room. There is one big door window that gives enough light, but it's really badly placed. So we need to figure out how we're going to place those bunk beds. It's a high frequency place. I'll explain you why. The stairs are leading to the first floor, and on the first floor there will be a bathroom and 3 bedrooms where the parents were going to sleep. So once the children are sleeping downstairs, the parents will go upstairs to their rooms. So we need to think about that and use the materials that correspond to this kind of frequency and must be um, isolation and sound barrier. There are stone walls that are old, but the owner and in general will like them, and we're not going to cover them. They will be renovated. There is not enough storage, and we need to think that 8 children needs storage. It's the sandy place. The beach is not far away, and the children will be coming back and forward with dirty shoes, full of sands, and we need to take into account also. The solutions for the problems. We are going to create the sleeping space for 8 children. We are going to keep the island style, but mix it with the boho French chic. We'll try to provide enough intimacy, individual curtains, lamps, and of course plugs for each children, so they don't need to plug outside. The plugs will be inside their beds. We need to create a storage. We need to create a storage that will be accessible from outside, but also the storage that will be accessible inside the beds. We need to use solids and timeless materials like concrete, natural seagrass flooring, or wood flooring. We need also to insulate, and something that is really important, to brighten the room, probably by painting ceiling in white, and use the really light color of wood for the construction and for the beds. And we're going to add some touches of colors with bed linens. Our inspiration. So my inspiration were the boats and the sleeping boxes. This is the example of the sleeping boxes that are installed in the hotel in Russia, in Moscow. And I found this idea really brilliant because after analysis of how much space do we really need to sleep, and it's not really big surface. So based on that, um, we made the plans and we designed the bunk bed. Those are 3 others inspirational pictures. The first represents a perfect choice of wood. We will probably use a little bit lighter, but this is a perfect mixture of intimacy, wood, and really nice design. And those are three pictures of exactly what we would not like to see, and we would like to avoid the perfection. This is another page of inspirational pictures, and this house is actually the house on the same island. And I found it's very interesting, the mixture of colors that are not usual but very trendy actually. The mixture of old furniture, not perfectly renovated, with some mid-century pieces. Those two pictures represent exactly what we would like to achieve. It's a mixture of um, perfectly balanced intimacy with creation of space for personal belongings. Those are transitional drawings, so first hand drawings to have an idea how it will look like afterwards. The color palette is very simple. We're going to use light wood to brighten the space, probably the same color as we can see here of grass, seagrass as a floor covering. We're going to mix the velvet with linen and try to play with those colors to brighten the space. This is the final renderings and floor plan. We managed to create a space for 8 children. 3 of those bunk beds, it means 6 sleeping places, will be the full beds, 2 meters and 80 centimeters. The one that is against the stairs, it's a little bit shorter, it's 1.6 meters, and it will be designated for the smaller children. We also created enough space for um, some storage. On the left you have a big, taking practically all the wall wardrobe, but also we created some storage inside the bunk beds. It means that each child has several shelves inside the bunk bed, but also plugs. As you know, the generation today, they need to plugs to plug their iPods and all the devices. So to avoid any mess and children that are picking space everywhere, we just created everything integrated. And of course, there will be coverage with Wi-Fi. This is very important. And each bunk bed will have a curtain. To resume the project is very interesting and challenging because we needed to create a space for different age groups of children and contain as many as it was possible. We found the solutions, and the other solution that I'm very happy with also is to securize the stairs, because we've got now the bunk bed that is blocking everything, and we really skillfully hide it. So I found that the project was interesting to work on, very unusual, and the clients were really satisfied with the final renderings and proposed solution.